Hey, welcome to Breaking Bread, hosted by me, Crunk Chocolate, a show where we break verbal bread with a quote-unquote enemy. Whenever Manchester City has an upcoming match, I will be here having a conversation with a supporter of City's upcoming opponent. Shout out to you all enjoying the 10, 11 minute sampler that is on our public platforms on YouTube and the podcasting apps. So make sure you rate, review, subscribe, like the video, leave some comments, all of those fun things. I appreciate you. But for the real ones enjoying this full episode on Patreon, subscribing, big hearts to you. You're amazing. Tonight, we have a great show for you, Shady Gang. When they were like, hey, the Champions League matchup is between City, or that City can draw. It's either Real Madrid or Bodo Glimt. We knew the vibes. Wherever it was the worst kept secret. So it came, it was official. We're facing Real Madrid. I will say, if there's a time that we're ever going to face them, they're down bad overall. Got rid of a manager. They have a new guy who's just kind of like a puppet of an individual just there, letting the players do whatever they need to. Injuries all over the place. What is it? Carreras, Bellingham, Tchouaméni, and Vinny Jr., if they get a yellow in the first leg, they're not available in the second leg. Will even Carreras and Bellingham be available for the second leg? Mbappe, like so many questions. Do we have enough time? We'll find out. Brand, come welcoming the homie on, the Negro in Blanco. Give it up for Donald. What? How's it going?
It's Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Again, it's Groundhog Day. We've done this every year, it feels like, and this is just the latest chapter in that.
Yeah, it's like truly, this is the new like modern Champions League like rivalry, like how in the Premier League it was City versus Liverpool, or for so many years now it is us versus Real Madrid. I am so over it, but it is what it is. Let's get into this whole manager situation. Ancelotti left, moved on, understand, old man doing old man thing. Well, I mean, he's living his life in Brazil.
Yeah.
So now they moved on to Xabi Alonso. I thought that was a good idea. I thought that was going to be good for all parties involved. He obviously has his X's and O's, the things that he was able to do with Leverkusen, that made sense. But it was almost immediate when you saw that this wasn't going to be a good matchup, that he wanted to have this thing at Real Madrid called structure, and the players were not here for it. It just kind of hearing,
we don't do that.
Yeah, right. All the ways that he was being undermined by the players, by the front office, by old players from Real Madrid. It was very tough to see from him. And what's, I feel like the craziest thing, they went 14 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses in La Liga. So like he wasn't bad. It was just really the locker room got way too toxic for all parties involved. He had to go. Now you have this Alvaro Arbeloa. Goodness gracious. He's a young guy. He seems all right. I mean, I'm not the most familiar with him. He's a Real Madrid guy through and through. So they just brought up the academy guy and told him, hey, just literally babysit.
Next man up. Yeah.
So so what is going on? How was your experience with the Xabi Alonso before we get on to Arbeloa?
It's interesting. You mentioned a lot of the toxicity, if you will. And then it's funny, they were doing that. And as you mentioned, you look at the record, like they were winning in spite of that. But there was a whole stretch basically between mid-November and late December where they just fell off a cliff. And that's when the rumor mill really started about Xabi Alonso leaving and whether he was going to get fired whether he was going to leave on his own. It was just a matter of when, and they think they needed a catalyst. Losing to Barcelona in the Supercopa final, that was the catalyst. He, apparently offered his resignation right after the game, and he was like, "Cool, that we're done. Let's just part ways." And that was that. But it was weird, right? Like throughout all of it, Real Madrid has a lot of tabloid news around it all the time. Man
Yeah.
City is the
Yeah.
same way, but in
Hmm.
Spain it's different because
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
tabloidiness is not around like 7 or 8 teams. It's just two, and it's just
Hmm.
Real Madrid and Barcelona. If someone misses a belt loop, it becomes national news. So the idea that all of this was being played out in the media, everyone's like, okay, it's tabloid stuff.
Hmm.
They need to do this. But then it turned out field product because, like, again, you could be toxic if you want and show up and beat somebody 10-0 back. You have the toxicity, and then now you're losing. Now you're struggling to beat Levante. That's when people started asking questions.
Oh yeah, that's wild. And that has been a fun situation. And I mean, and even moving on now to Alvaro, things don't necessarily seem to be much better, like success on the pitch. You're just not hearing so much of the drama. Like everything has seemed to calm on that direction. I mean, I guess maybe it's just because it's not Zabi Alonso. It's not Arbeloa isn't as a sexy name as Alonso. So maybe it's just not getting to me anymore. How has this new era with the fill-in, how's that been going? Like, is there still some of the similar drama going on?
The drama, I think, has subsided. The up and downness has not. And I mean, we just lost twice in a row in the league for the first time since 2019, and we lost to
Wow.
Osasuna. So those sort of things you can, and then you couple that with how they played against Benfica in light of what happened with Vinny at Benfica, but also just that inspired play they had
Mm,
down the stretch to kind of get past them.
yeah.
So it's weird. It's up and down. They have some of these stretches where they look really good, but we also have a mash unit of injured players. That's really what's been killer the last few weeks. I think I'm looking at the list of players. I had to write this down because there's a lot. Raul Asensio hurt. He might be back tomorrow. He's out. Militao out. Dani Ceballos out. David Alaba just got hurt. He's out. And even Camavinga has like a tooth injury that makes him questionable for tomorrow and next week. So yeah, I mean everybody is getting hurt in random ways, and that's really contributing to a lot of it. I mean, look, Camavinga, yank that tooth out, man. Let's go.
Get rid of it. Like, come on
Just
now.
get rid of the tooth. You don't need it. We could get a nice gold one if we win, or a silver one if you want. We'll get Johnny Dang to give you a whole grill if you win Champions League, man.
That's real. Yeah. And that has been a very interesting situation because I mean, with the wages that are at Real Madrid, it makes the club very top heavy. And I mean, most clubs nowadays are top heavy, but I feel like Real Madrid in particular are top heavy. Uh, Usually you can have an injury or two and do well, but when it is like three of your four starters in the defense, two of your three midfielders, and two of your three forwards, it makes a little difficult to patch that up.
I mean, look, it's Real Madrid. We can't have any excuses. We can't complain. We have a plethora of riches. Man City is the same way, but
Mm-hmm.
a mash unit is still a mash unit. Doesn't matter how, who's in there. Games coming up, But again, that's why you come to Real Madrid is you if you're sitting on the bench and you're the best player for your national team, this is your time to show us why.